dry and empty land. We need more than just your hand. We need your voice, your word. So speak.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are glad to be here on today. Our venue here is at the Great Faith Cathedral Church of God in Christ, as we are here at our business seminar. And we are here to learn some things, gain some knowledge and insights from our featured experienced professionals on tonight. And we will actually start by introducing who we have here on tonight. And we'll go with a few questions and, happy knowledge getting on tonight. And to my left here, we have Mr.
Sergio Sabino. I'm a personal trainer. I travel, so I go to my clients and I do personal training. I have I'm specialized in a lot of different things. So I've worked with all different types of clients and ailments, anything from like dementia to spasticity to even post-rehab recovery is like what I really do a lot of as well. And then I also do your regular just weight loss, muscle gain, those kind of things, whatever people want. But I'm pretty well-rounded in a lot of different things. I've got a bachelor's in exercise science. I've got exercise physiologist certification as well. I also have a personal training certification. And then I'm more of a physical therapist-based personal trainer. So like a lot of my studies have been under physical therapists. I have like over 600 hours like working with them, shadowing with them. So that's what I do. I love it, but it is tiring some days.
Sounds like a hard-working man. Thank you so much, Mr. Sergio, for introducing yourself. I'm looking forward to asking you a few other questions after we get other introductions.
All right, good evening. I'm Sherelle Jones. That was a lot, so I have some shoes to fill here. Don't have that many degrees. I do have 2. But I'm Sherelle Jones, as I said. I'm with Planet Marketing. I work for an organization that is a network marketing organization. We have over 120,000 agents worldwide. We're in over 21 different countries right now, with the UK being one of our largest growing largest growing teams outside of the United States. Who would have thought? And we're in the sexiest industry that there is, which is travel. It's an $8 trillion a year industry, so we are definitely doing a lot of great things, helping people change their lives. Again, we're earning residual income and allowing everyone to do the same. Jump on the bandwagon and build a legacy for yourself and for your families through the travel industry.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Linda Ryan. I own a talent agency. Been in the film industry for about 10 years now. So I help actors get acting jobs, basically. And I'm in the second sexiest business in the world. And I'm also a realtor. I've been doing that for a little over a year now. And I've been in the film industry for about 10 years. Off and on, 35 total, but 10 years as an agent.
Hello, everyone. I am Kaya Dalton. I am the proud broker and owner of Dalton Realty & Co. I have a few degrees, background in nursing, transitioned into real estate about 6 years ago. I do own a faith-based brokerage firm. We service all of Metro Atlanta and outside surrounding cities. I have an amazing team of agents. I have 11 agents right now and growing. And what else can I tell you? We're amazing, and we specialize in residential real estate. We do commercial, but we also help with leasing as well. So that's me.
Wow, that's amazing. All of our panelists are absolutely phenomenal. They are great in their industry and in their craft. I am Corey Lord. I have a company called Fundamental Roofing and Restoration. I started doing roofing and restoration up in North Carolina, and then we ended up moving back home to Georgia. So started up from scratch. I didn't have all my family and friends around me when we first went into business. I went out and pounded the pavement and knocked doors and was able to help people. That's our goal. My business as well is faith-based. We want to glorify God in everything that we do. We want to do good business, and we want to just get back to the fundamentals of good business and good business practices that edify God, help our neighbor, uplift each other, and just get better as we go along.
All right. Thank you guys for introducing yourself. And again, tonight, as your host, Stephen Cover, I am excited about hearing from these featured panelists. And we're going to start with a few questions. There are questions actually designed for each of you, but you are absolutely more than welcome to answer the questions. And so we just want to basically start with something simple as, what are some key strategies for growing a small business in today's competitive society?
I'll say one of the key strategies for me was developing loyalty with my customers that I have, because if you can gain their trust and have them believe in you, then they're going to stick with you throughout it, especially with what I do, which is personal training. I'm a little more involved in people's lives sometimes, so you kind of have to have that trust and that loyalty with them, and that's been one of the really, really good things that's kind of kept my business going, kept me having reoccurring clients and things like that, helped me spread the word as well. Getting my name out there, getting my business out there with what I do. When you have loyal customers, they're more willing to help you, they're more willing to provide for you, they're more willing to assist you in certain things, in certain ways. So that's one of the key ways that's really helped my business grow, especially over the past couple of years. And then of course I'm gonna also include marketing, because without marketing nowadays, you're not going to go anywhere. So you got to be able to market not only your business, but you've got to market yourself. So you got to watch how you present yourself, pay attention to what you do, how you do it, so that way it's consistent every single time. You want consistency in your business, so that way people know what they're getting when they come to you.
And it's very important, you're right, marketing and branding is a vital part in small businesses. And before we get more into detail about marketing and branding, Sherelle, what are some key strategies that you've used to grow your business?
Absolutely. Well, something that I found has been extremely important, and this is not just in business, but in life in general, is having a genuine interest and a genuine desire to help people. Once you show that interest to people, they're more relaxed and reluctant to release the information that you need from them in order to be a better assistance with them. For example, in the particular industry that I'm in, with network marketing, there is quite a bit of money to be made and residual income, but people are somewhat skeptical at times. So the main thing we want to make sure we know is we have evidence to show that, number one, money is made in this industry, but also how we can help their pain points. And building that relationship and that trust is extremely important, similar to what Sergio was saying, just having that relationship and knowing that we're there for a genuine reason to help them. People are more reluctant to allow you to help them.
Thank you for sharing. Ms. Linda?
And repeat the question again.
And I'm actually interested in hearing your response because as a set teacher on movies as well, I heard you say the film industry. Yeah. So I'm excited about knowing key strategies that you use to grow your small business to get more actors and actresses.
Okay.
Or as it pertains to real estate.
Well, I'm here to talk about the film industry mainly, but key strategies for me is just being a person of integrity so that people can rely on me. They know that they can rely on me. They know that I have some of the best talent in Atlanta the casting directors and producers and directors, they know that they can count on my talent. And that's my actors. So not me, but the actors. So it's having a good team around me and being able to spot the good team, but having that good team around me and just being a person of integrity myself. I'm good for my word. If I tell you they're going to be there, they're going to be there. If I tell you they're good, they're going to be really good. And just that.
Thank you.
So I think you all said pretty much everything I would have said. I'm going to probably add. So I would say service is probably one of the biggest things. People don't remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. And that's how I run my business. I would say in addition to that is consistency and follow-up. If you don't have a follow-up strategy, you typically will have a difficult time with retention and retaining those clients. So I would say focus in and have a good CRM or customer relationship management system so that you're touching your client, not just for business, but checking in on them. Making memorable experiences for them is really important. So that's some of the things that I focus on to differentiate myself in the market. So I would say that's important, there's 1,000 realtors, over 1,000 in Atlanta, so you really do have to differentiate yourself to make yourself stand out as a brand. So.
Thank you. Corey?
Yeah, so key strategies as far as that goes for me and what's worked in my business, it's mainly relationship based. One of the things that we've been able to do is really focus in on the projects that we have at hand, because we do roofing and restoration. We want to devote as much attention to our particular client that we're working with at that time to make sure that we do such an experience. And I tell all my clients this, I want to do such a good job for you that I don't only help you and your family, but I want you to refer me out to your family, your friends' friends, and I want to make like Kaya said, I want to make a lasting impression to where I know that, especially in a market as competitive as Atlanta, that you get those referrals, because that's, like I was saying, I did a lot of cold leads where the people did not know me. It's a lot better to go to a warm lead where you've got that referral from somebody who they know, like, and trust, and that way you come in, and it's just not as difficult as far as working a deal goes, because you're not just coming in as, hey, I don't know you, I can't trust you. And that all goes back to what Kaya was saying about developing that relationship with the person you're working with. So then when you do get that referral business, when you do build your base and you build your base clientele, you build your brand, like Sergio was talking about. We're building a brand, and you do that. What do you want to be known as? What do you want your brand? Do you want your brand as someone who shows up, does what they say they're going to do, or someone who's always late and can't do what they say they do? I think that's the key thing, showing up and doing what you say.
Thank you. Great information. Really good information. Sounds like we all need to be in the business of relationships, right? We're going to deal with people. We want to have positive relationships with everyone, because that is a main key to marketing. I did hear, Kaya, in your answer, you expounded really on the next question, which was, the customer service base. And so I appreciate you going into that. If you could just pass the mic back to Kaya, I actually like to ask you, what are the current trends in the real estate market, like right now, that could help new entrepreneurs, maybe shift some strategies that they may be using? What are some trends that you see right now that would be helpful?
So I would say that if you've been watching the market, you've been on the roller coaster. So we went from everybody, you get a house, you get a house, you get a house, to you can't get a house. Interest rates are high. But current trends, I would say interest rates are trending downward. You are seeing buyers trying to re-enter the market. It has been slow, which has led to more inventory, which is actually a good thing for buyers. It's still, I would say it's a buyer and a seller market, honestly, because when we said it was a seller's market, it had to do with the price points that people were able to move their property. They were able to sell at much higher price points. I mean, double-digit appreciation in about a year or two, which was unheard of. Home prices are still high. I would say we haven't seen such a drastic drop in home prices as we anticipated because interest rates went up. What I would say is, I know some people don't agree with this, but I do agree with date the rate and marry the house. Get into the home that you want, because honestly, the house that you are, look at, if you looked at it a year ago, it was priced lower. The same house is going to cost you more today. So now you're going to pay more for the exact same house, and interest rates will fluctuate. You can always refinance. So get into the house of your dreams, or get into the house that's a starter home and build equity and then move on to your next house. So those are the trends from the Kaya report.
Okay. Thank you for sharing those trends. I want to come back to Sergio over here as our personal fitness. And I don't know if this is a personal question, but I'm sure it can help someone. And if it is personal, then I'm sure you can navigate this question here. How do you manage business finances and cash flow to ensure sustainability and growth in your business?
Okay, this is actually a really interesting question, because in a way I'm a little, I guess you could say, better off than some other personal trainers or people that own gyms and like that, because I don't have an overhead cost. So I'm not in a facility that I have to pay, $2,000 to $3,000 every month per rent. So I'm traveling. So that's one way I get to kind of hold in a little extra cash flow, and I go to my clients. However, I still have to invest in my business, and by doing so, I'm still buying equipment, I'm still buying weights, things like that. So it is a budget thing. It really just comes down to a budget. And in personal training, you're gonna have an influx of income some months, and you're gonna have less others. Like, that's just what it comes down to. So you really just wanna kind of keep, when you know you're gonna have those influxes, you hold on to your money. You hold on to your money. You buy what you can when you can. So like, if I get an extra, $1,000 this month, I may go get 2 or 3 pieces of extra equipment. But if I'm not getting that extra $1,000, we're just gonna hold on to it. My business is still gonna keep going. I'm still gonna be able to keep working with people and everything like that. But you really just gotta recognize when your income's gonna come up, when it's gonna go down, and just try to keep that middle level ground. That's really all it is. And also, another thing, don't look at least in my business, others that are in this business, I can't look at them as competition. Because if I work with them, it's usually helpful. Sometimes I get equipment from them. Sometimes I get clients from them. Sometimes I'm allowed to use their facilities. Sometimes I'm able to put events together and work with them and grow in that way as well. So when it comes to the finances, you just gotta keep an eye on it. You're not gonna be spending a lot of money. I don't necessarily make a lot of money like every single month. Like I said, overall throughout the year, I make a decent amount of money. But you've gotta save. Like, at the end of the day, you gotta save. Even if you want the new pair of shoes that just came out or the latest training equipment, you may have to wait 4 months. All right, you may have to just wait 4 months on that. But that's the gist about that.
Thank you. It's going to take some discipline, right?
100%.
All right. I'm taking some mental note here. Date the rate, save. I'm taking some mental note here. I appreciate that. I have a question for you, Linda. And in your industry here, what has the rise of social media and digital platform, how has it affected your approach to representing talent?
That is a really good question, because it has, all of that has affected the film industry. And I think that's why it's in such a period of transition right now. And what was the full question? Was my approach?
Yes, your approach to getting more talent,
To getting more talent. Well,
from a social media aspect.
I'm in a different position from most other businesses in that I don't have to go after and look for my clients. They come to me, and I am referral only. So, but as far as social media and things like that, it is changing the whole, it's just changing the business itself. Because nowadays, somebody can be a social media influencer and have a following, and then be asked to be in a movie or in a independent or something like that because of their following. So it's, and I know that SAG has recently, the last couple of years, Screen Actors Guild, for those of you that don't know what SAG is, it's the union for the actors. They have recently, in the last couple of years, included social media influencers in that union so that they can cover them and protect them as well. So honestly, I should go after some of those, but I don't. I don't know. It's different. It's a little bit different too, that you've got the social media influencer that they want to transition into film, and it's not always as easy to do because in film you're portraying another character, but on social media you're just playing yourself, really. So it's just a little bit different. It's a whole different ball game, and yeah, I haven't really totally transitioned into that yet, but we'll see.
Thank you for sharing. Absolutely. I think we all desire to have that business to come to us, right? Those clients to come to us. So this is really, really, really good. We appreciate that. I want, if you could pass the mic to Sherelle, I have a question for you. I love traveling. I'm sure we all like traveling. And for those pursuing a traveling business, how do you stay up to date on travel trends of travel restrictions, as far as pricing trends or destinations that people even want to, take a look at?
That is a great question. And the way we do that is extremely simple. We partner with a company who is #1 in the travel industry. The organization has been around for over 35 years. They've received awards, the Magellan Award. They're top rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they provide to us as travel agency owners over 100, well over 100, I should say hundreds of travel partners that we partner with. So Disney is one of our travel partners, Delta Vacations, Carnival Cruise Lines, Disney Cruise Lines, MSC, everything you can think of, things I had never even heard of. So with that unique relationship that our network marketing company has with this travel entity, they provide us everything you just said. So what our role is as independent business owners is just to share the information with individuals so they could then take advantage of the services that are already provided by those partners. So we don't necessarily have to see what the latest trends are, what are the hottest destinations. These partners are constantly sending us teasers, letting us know what's hot. Here's where everyone's going. Here's a great deal here. Here's a great deal there. Because they want us, of course, as agencies, to send individuals to those destinations. So what our role is, not only are we sending individuals to these destinations, but the most important thing is we're giving people power to be their own business owner, so that way they're receiving commission on their own trips. They're receiving commission on trips of their friends, of their families, of their followers, whomever is in their network, small or large circle of influence. Those individuals will now have access to receive commission on all of their trips, and then whoever is in their network.
So I can get paid to travel?
Yes, on something that you're already doing. Yeah, and like I said, this is an $8 trillion a year industry. In 10 years, it's projected to be a $15 trillion a year industry. So with that being said, people are moving. COVID didn't stop it. The recession did not stop it. People are traveling. So it's something that they're doing anyway, so why not educate them on how to get that commission on those trips?
Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to travel and get paid. That's what we're going to do. Hey, more knowledge. I hope you guys are really getting something from these panelists, and I know that I am. I do want to go to Corey right now. And Corey's, I know you're an expert in the industry of roofing. And of course, I know that Kaya is probably paying attention to some of your answers as it relates to real estate and housing and all of these good things. But Corey, I want to ask you, how has the roofing industry changed in recent years, particularly in terms of materials, the new technology that we have? You know, how has it changed in recent years?
It has changed tremendously. So they are now upgrading shingles. They've embedded copper into the shingles to prevent the mildewing. The difference in the materials are insane. You can literally see an older roof, and if you see streaks on it, staining, that indicates it's an older roof. The new materials, there's so many shingles to choose from, whether you go with IKO, GAF, or Owens Corning. There's a bunch of materials to choose from. And like we were talking about earlier with AI and technology, a lot of times I want to be really thorough. So I not only go up onto the roofs and take pictures of the roof and measure it in person, I also use satellite technology to take satellite images of it to get exact measurements. So that way when the homeowner comes and says, hey, what is everything looking like? And transparency. Like I was talking about earlier, I want my clientele to know that they can trust me, what I'm doing and what I say. So I am more than happy to show that report, say, here is your roofing squares, this is how much that you're going up there, this is what you have, this is the waste, and all of that is due to technology and the advances in the technology itself. Now we have drip edge, we have the underlayment. Used to they used felt paper, for example. That's like construction paper. When that stuff gets wet, it just rips. Now we have synthetic underlayment, which is more like a rubber membrane that actually is rated to stay up on roofs for 6 to 8 weeks uncovered. Of course, we would never do that, but if we had to, it's rated for it. So, I mean, the changes in the industry have been absolutely phenomenal, and I know that it's probably going to get even more. I mean, I've ran into competition that have sent out estimates to where they never even went out to the homeowner's house. That's not how I run my business, because there's nothing, you can't put a price on face-to-face interaction. So I want to show up in person, show up and tell them, communicate with the homeowner, show them the technology that I use, and also go up there. And like today, I had an appointment and I hand measured the whole thing because there were too many trees overhanging the building structure. So I had to hand measure it. And, you know, the old ways are good, but there are new advances in technology that also help out and aid in doing our business.
Thank you for sharing that. And, you know, you'd be surprised how much this information actually helps everyone, although I may not find myself on top of a roof putting it, but just hearing how even AI, the technology, is even providing you the measurements, which saves costs on you not overbuying on materials and things like that. So I can see how it's actually enhancing your business. So I appreciate you actually sharing that. I want to ask all of you the same question. If you could ask, we could start with Corey here. All right, we hear all of these great things about the opportunities and how to grow businesses, but those who are actually listening now are actually facing some challenges in their small business, okay? And I want you guys to just be real and tell me some of the biggest, at least one of the biggest challenges that you have faced in your particular industry. Corey, starting with you.
The man in the mirror. That's what I'm going to start out with. Looking into the mirror and saying, hey, I can do this. It's always a jump. I mean, even going from 9 to 5, I was working as a manager at the Biltmore Winery up in North Carolina, and me and my wife, we made the decision to pursue owning our own business, and it was scary. So I would have to say the starting point of that is facing the man in the mirror and making sure that I'm disciplined, because I have a wife and 3 beautiful children that depend on me to produce. And I don't have anyone telling me that you have to go out and generate business. I don't have anyone telling me that I have to produce income. No one has to tell me to do that. I don't have to report and show up to work. So if I choose to stay at home all day and watch TV and make omelets and eat breakfast all day, that's a problem. Because then nothing comes in. So that was probably one of the biggest things, is making sure, like, yes, I love spending time with my family, but I've also got to be out there talking to people, TTP, knocking doors, talking to people, hitting the streets, running appointments, and putting out estimates, because it's really a numbers game. For one thing, I'd say for owning your own business, it's however much effort you put into it, doing the correct things, that's what you're going to get out of it. Not doing menial tasks and things that don't produce income, but income producing activities. Like for me, knocking doors, making phone calls, talking to people who I have prior business relationships established with, just checking in on them. Not even necessarily asking them, hey, can I do your roof? But asking them like, hey, how are you doing? And just making genuine connection and keeping that relationship open. And then as you develop that base, that's when you get the referrals, but you still have to be about it. So my answer is facing the person in the mirror and making sure that I stay disciplined and doing what I need to do.
Thank you. Kaya, how about some challenges in your industry?
Well, there are many. I would have to agree with you. I definitely would say is having a schedule. As an independent business owner, freedom is scary because you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to clock in. I don't have to, what? I'm going on vacation. I don't have to ask for time off. So really is discipline. I would say having a schedule, putting yourself on a timer, especially limit social media. I think if you are on social media, you have to use it for your business. If you're going to be on there, market your business, let people know what you're doing. I definitely would say look for opportunities for money, because even though you are generating money, you're maybe getting referrals, you have to look at other ways to have consistent income. So I would say, identify grants for small businesses and identify ways that you can help with your operational overhead. One of the other strategies is we refer a lot of business out. Most business owners have some type of collaborative relationship. I would encourage them to, if you're giving business to someone, allow them to help support your business too. If you have office space, you can actually have kind of a operating agreement in terms of marketing their business and allowing them to help support your costs. Also, if you have events, having people kind of that you support their business, having them to help with some of those costs. So just looking at creative ways to minimize your expense, I would say. So those are some of my tips to help you be successful in business.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Linda, how about you? One big challenge.
One big challenge. Oh, wow. I think my biggest challenge in business is as a talent agent, I have a lot of overhead. I have an office here in Atlanta. I have to have an office. I have an office in New York, and I have just opened an office a few months ago in Santa Fe, New Mexico, because the markets there are really booming right now, and the market here in Atlanta is kind of slowly just at a standstill. So I have to go where the filming is being done. So my overhead is really high, and I think my biggest challenge is just making sure I have enough money to cover those high expenses. And a lot of times it was a total faith walk where I looked at my bank account and it was like, there's no way. There's no way. And the next day, whatever it was I needed was there. It was always there. So I know that God is, He's provided for me. I tell Him all the time, this is your business. You got to take care of it. I do what I need to do to make it happen, but if it's your business, Lord, you got to make it happen. So.
Thank you for sharing that. Sherelle, travel. Keep us happy in the travel world. But I know that there are some challenges.
Yes, there are challenges, and especially in the network marketing piece, and that's really where the challenge is. Not so much with travel, because it is a fun, friendly, happy place, but for those that are network marketing, or just in any business, honestly, building quality relationships have been a challenge. And I say that because we always have a networking event, a networking meeting. We're always networking. But we all know that our networking determines our actual net worth. So that networking that you're doing really needs to be with quality individuals who are like-minded. Just collecting business cards is not going to help you. It's not going to help your business be successful. You actually have to have quality relationships and build those relationships and follow up with individuals. I tell my business partners that I brought into the organization all the time, it's great to network and pass out your cards, but the best thing you can do is either collect the cards or collect the information, because people generally don't follow up, and your fortune is in your follow-up. If you are not following up, it is difficult to make money, because people lose business cards intentionally or not, but they get misplaced. And you just may not have that contact. So keeping those relationships, making sure you're following up with individuals to build those quality relationships really, really impact your business and make a difference.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm hearing throughout these challenges key nuggets, and I hope you guys are paying attention to that. I believe that Kaya said something very similar, a system for follow-up. A system for follow-up, and so I'm paying attention to that. Sergio, give us a challenge.
Definitely, I'm going to agree with Corey here that one of those challenges is accepting who you are and your capabilities. Willing to take that leap of faith and go out there and do it. Like, just get it done. Go out there and get it done. Do it on your own. Like you said, going from a job that I had, we're comfortable, but you got to be willing to be uncomfortable in order to grow. So that is one of the challenges. Also, another challenge specifically in my business, because it's a kind of a proof-based business. Like, you have to show results. You have to see it, otherwise no one's going to believe you. So it's being comfortable with putting yourself out there, also having the confidence in yourself to apply it to others, and then instilling confidence in them, so that way they understand that, okay, this is the right way that I'm going. I am getting results. This is the way that I should be going. This is the truth. And you want them to understand that. You want to instill that into them as well. And then my last one that I'm going to have to say, I got to agree with all y'all on retention, because, Lord, if I don't call people, they will not show up. I am so serious. Yeah. And that was another challenge, real challenge for me, because I'm not that social of a person. I don't even enjoy talking on the phone. My conversations with my mother are 2 minutes long. But I still check in with all my clients. I call them usually weekly, sometimes even the ones that aren't training with me. Like, I've had people that have moved out to California and other places. I still check in with them, see how they're doing. I write them exercise plans sometimes too, just to kind of touch base with them. And that's how you kind of you keep that going, your business is going to grow. So those have been challenges that I've faced, and kind of how I've had to attack those challenges.
Thank you for sharing that. Is this not good information or what? I'm growing already. I'm growing. I hope my daughters are writing down some things on their notebooks. And this is really good. I appreciate you guys sharing those challenges. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper into y'all's business. A lot more deeper here. Typically entrepreneurs are known for, trying to get the highest profit margin, and it sounds like all of you have the integrity to be able to have positive relationships with individuals in order to maintain that success over time. So my question to each of you, and I'll start with you, Sergio, and we can go down like that. How do you negotiate and secure opportunities for your clients while ensuring that long-term success? So in other words, are there times where you're really trying to earn another client and where you may have to lower your profit margin, or you're like, hey, this business, the integrity of the profit is here. If they want it, they don't. Do you know where I'm going with that? How do you connect and negotiate?
So first off, I am going to say, understand your worth. So do know your price points. Okay? Do know your price points, but know they are, depending on your business. In mine, they are negotiable. Understand that there's wealth and other things than just money. So sometimes I may negotiate my prices, make a deal here and there. If I get a facility for like a week to train people at, or if I get access to a group of people, I'll definitely discount this person, and then I'll still make my money on the back end with others. So you've got to understand that you can't always, like in my business, always trying to go for the highest margin of profit. You're probably going to lose more business than you'll keep. And once again, it goes back to creating that loyalty with your customers, that really good, truthful relationship with them, and just being honest with them. And there's also plenty of people that can't afford me, like just being honest. But if I know you're dedicated, you're willing to work, you're gonna show up, I'm willing to work with you. And over the long run, I'm gonna make that money back. That's all that comes down to. So just, once again, know your value, but understand there's more to life than just money. There's more wealth out there than just money. There's assets, there's people, there's relationships. All that is important as well.
Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. Sherelle, is there any negotiating or securing of opportunities as it relates to you gaining clients?
Yes, so what I have found that's very important in the travel industry is, since I'm the travel expert in regards to knowing our business partners, our travel partners, the destinations, what I enjoy is educating my customers. They may select a destination and select a particular hotel to maybe save money. I will then educate them as to why the destination that I have chosen is either a 4 minimum or 5-star resort, which it's going to reach the expectation, the level of expectation that they have. So the prices aren't negotiable when it comes to that, of course, because those are coming from the resorts and the airlines. However, the quality that I can, the knowledge that I can provide to them and sharing what their experience is going to be and the quality of the service that they're going to receive from me is something that they won't get somewhere else. So I have to put that in front of it so they can understand. They may want to cut corners and not get insurance, but then I'll let them know, it's best to have the insurance, because it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, for whatever the case may be. So generally, I'm able to assist those individuals in upgrading their services because they then understand the quality. They understand choosing the flight upgrade so they can choose their seats. If it's a group of them, so they can sit together, and they're not having issues at the counter trying to ensure everyone is sitting together, or weight on their bags because they're trying to cut corners on those particular things. So I let them know to travel with a level of expectation. This is a trip. Everyone doesn't get to travel as much as others. So when you go, you want to have a good time. You want to have that quality experience. So I make sure that I educate them on the things that they'll be receiving. Transfers, all types of things, excursions, we do it all. So we want to, I just always want to make sure that they know what their options are and understand what they're getting for the dollar that they're spending.
Absolutely, thank you. I appreciate you actually educating me on the perks that I could receive, which helps me, which puts the power back in my hand to say, hey, I want to upgrade, or I do get to choose my seats, So yeah, help with negotiating. Thank you for sharing that. Now, Linda, I know in the talent industry, I don't know how much negotiation there is, but have at it.
Okay. Well, negotiation in my industry really depends a lot on, first of all, my relationships with the casting directors, with the directors, producers. So it starts there, and then just knowing the worth of my clients. But then negotiations can also be based on where my clients are in their career, how much, how many things, projects they have listed on their resume, how much, how often have they done this type of role for another project, there's a lot of factors in there, but I know there was several times where I was able to not just negotiate a higher rate for my clients, but also negotiate like a private room for them to, a dressing room. I think there was several times where I negotiated for them to travel in style. Different things that, so it's not always just money, but it's other perks that go along with the role that they are booking. So it's a little bit different in my industry, but yeah.
Thank you. I am taking a look at my resume to do it over so that when I finish writing my documentary, I know who to contact. And I know that I'll be traveling, and I know I want to look great while I'm traveling. All of this is working together. We're talking about fundamental faith businesses, right? Kai, help us out. Is that how is the negotiating power in the real estate world? Come on, just enlighten us and give us some knowledge on that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to negotiate. It's really one of the core skill sets in real estate. So whether you're working with a seller, buyer, investor, it's really comes down to experience, to be honest with you. One of the things that I think is important is, and I just want to say this, is everything is negotiable, especially in real estate. And it's our job, it's our duty really, our fiduciary responsibility as real estate professionals to really negotiate on behalf of our clients, depending on who you're representing, right? But also doing it with integrity. But I did want to say that there are times where you have to even negotiate your own compensation in order to help your client be able to realize the dream of becoming a homeowner. There's been times when I have had to take a reduction in my compensation in order to help them out on closing costs. But the return on that investment was 10 times because one, they were able to move into their home. Two, they referred me to everybody that they knew. So, that one sacrifice really turned into, 10 times the return. So, but yeah, so real estate, you're always negotiating, so.
And it seems like you're always answering a question that I have again, and I'm glad you're talking about that negotiating power, because a lot of times when someone is purchasing a house, they want to know, how do I know, like, you're not just getting over on me? Like, how do you make that customer feel? And so I appreciate that. I hear the integrity on how sometimes you have to give up your your company commission, and but knowing that the blessing is on the other end. I think I heard Linda say something like that as well as Sergio. So Corey, what's that negotiating looks like in your industry?
So for my industry, I would probably say it is extremely volatile and extremely different. I'm usually bidding up against 5 to 7 other contractors pretty much every time that I go to bid. You have the few one-offs that don't do that further looking out for more contractors. But, I mean, when's the last time that you priced out your roof, Steve?
I have no idea.
So,
never.
2016 prices are not the same as 2024 prices. And I've had an array of clientele, for example, well, my dad told me that my roof should only be this much money. Like, yes, in 2012 it might have been that, but now not so much. So to answer your question, for me, it's on a case-by-case basis. I have my costs. I know how much my labor costs. I know how much my materials cost. I have my base pricing. But of course, there are times where I'm going to work with that homeowner, because at the end of the day, like I tell every single client I've ever had, I'm here to solve solutions. I'm here to bring you those solutions. I've had clients that say, wow, you were the most expensive bid that I got. I've had other clients say, wow, you were the cheapest bid that I got. I've had other clients that said, oh, you're in the middle. And that's okay, because I'm going to give them my price based on my price. And then if there's a situation to where I know that person needs help and they can't necessarily stretch as much as they can, I'm not going to lose the deal over $200. I'm not going to lose the deal over $400. And there have been multiple times. One of the second re-roof that we did when we came back to Georgia, I bid it at $10,400, and the competition he was considering came in at $10,800. So I literally won that re-roof by $400. My pricing that would have been full retail would have been more like $11,400. But I prayed about it, and I felt like the Holy Spirit told me, hey, this is the number I want you to go at. We still made profit on it. We still did it good. And the homeowner, I said, why did you choose me and my company? He said, well, you're $400 cheaper than your next bid. So I have my base pricing, but like I say, every deal is negotiable. Every deal is specific. No one deal has ever been the same. I can definitely tell you that with confidence. So it's definitely a play-by-play, stay up to date, and inform. The only one thing I do want to add is value. So a lot of what I have to convey to a homeowner who doesn't know, most people don't know the difference between the soffit, the fascia, and the ridge cap, and the different types of shingles and the starter shingle. So one of the things I really lean heavy into is building that value, because there's a reason someone should pay me my price. I'm going to do the job, I'm going to do it right, and if I do it wrong, I'm going to fix it. You're not going to get a blocked phone call and where'd Corey go and playing Where's Corey? That's not going to happen. I'm going to come, I'm going to fix whatever is wrong, and I'm going to do it right the first time. And I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to go in depth with the roofing materials. You're going to be able to touch the roofing materials, feel them. I'm going to say, this is what is going on your roof. This is the value I provide. We're not going to cut corners. We're not going to do anything. And I will show you everything through the process. I show pictures whenever we do our initial inspections. And I even send an inspection report with my estimates, so that way the homeowner has a full breakdown of what they're looking at. And that's all in the name of building value. Because if you see the value in what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and if I can properly articulate that to my clientele, then why wouldn't they go with me?
Thank you for sharing that. Are you guys getting some from this? Fundamental faith, businesses. I appreciate you guys sharing that. I have two other major questions that I still want each of you to actually answer. And we actually start from Corey over here, all right? I know there's someone in the audience right now or either online that's watching who gets a no when they approach a potential client. What is your attitude? How can you share what may help, an inspiring entrepreneur who may get a no? What attitude does it take to maintain without maybe getting upset or being emotional about a no? That powerful word, no. Starting with you, Corey.
It's funny you should ask that, because I have been literally refreshing myself on that as of late. And I've been watching a lot of Myron Golden. He's absolutely amazing. And one thing that he said was, the road to yes is paved with no's. I do door knocking. People slam the door in your face. People literally, they don't answer the door. You can see them peeping through the windows. You see, because if I'm doing a roofing project in a neighborhood and I go to a inspection, I'm going to go to the neighbors and say, hey, I'm helping out this homeowner, and I was wondering if you were looking to get anything done. We're running a special for this neighborhood. We did their exterior pressure washing for $250. Would you like your house done? It's that simple, but people will say, no, they'll slam the door. You'll have some people who will answer and talk to you, have good conversations. You can even win some additional business that way. There was one time in North Carolina, I had genuinely forgot that I had knocked this woman's door before. And she said, I told you last time you were here never to come to my door again. And I said, all right, Annie, I'll see you in another month. I'm so sorry. So I just want to reiterate, the path to yes is paved with no's. I did not quote that. That is a quote. That is not my words. But the path to yes is literally paved with no's. We're digging for the gold. And how much we all know there's a lot more dirt than gold nuggets that we have to dig through, that we have to handle. It gets messy. It gets dirty. It's hard labor. We are working to get what we get. We don't have somebody who's already running the conveyor belt giving us the money. We have to go out and get it and find it and go where the money is. And that being said, you can't take it personally. The things that I take personal and have had to work with myself is putting out estimates and then getting them denied. Because I mean, I've put in time, spent time on the roof, got the estimate together, been thorough with my process, and I can't take it personal if they go somewhere else. The only thing I can do at the end of the day is say, hey, I didn't convey enough value for what I provide for them to want to choose me, and that's okay. They can choose whoever they want. I just want to make sure that I don't get discouraged if I hear no too many times, because I know the people who are out there that want to do business with me, I gotta find them. This world is full of people, and there are people out there that want to do business with me and that want to do business with you. You just gotta get through the no's to get to your yes.
Thank you. Now, Kaya, I know that you spend a lot of time showing those beautiful chandeliers and that beautiful floor and that 3-car garage and that man cave that all of us men up here actually want. And you spend that time away from your family, and then you don't close the deal. Talk about your attitude. We want to get into the thought process, your attitude and approach to sustaining.
So, full transparency, I would say that it can be disappointing. I do think that you do have to have thick skin in this business. Sales is not for the faint of hearts. It is filled with rejection. So I do think you have to have a level of self-confidence, and I think you have to refresh that occasionally. There are times when, you can feel a little depleted and you're like, oh my God, all that, and I'm gonna charge retainer from now on. But anyways, I digress. So it's real talk, but at the end of the day, I think that you have to really remember your why. And, why did you commit to this? Why did you start this journey to begin with? What's your motivator, whether it's your children, whether it's yourself, whether it's not having to answer to, someone, whatever that is, that needs to be your reason why you have to get up every morning or get up and keep going. And one of my coaches, real estate coaches, is just to remind yourself that no really stands for the next opportunity. And just keep moving forward. So that's my answer.
Thank you. I hope you guys wrote that down, remembering your why. Remembering your why to help remind you of what your real purpose for doing what you are doing. Now, I know this question is going to be a little bit more of a twist for you, Linda, in your talent industry, but as clients come to you and you really want their talent and they maybe reject that project thinking that maybe they thought it was something that they really wanted, I don't know, what approach, or do you even see a lot of no's, or what happens in that area?
Oh my God, there's tons and tons and tons of no's in this business. Are you kidding? And I'll just give you a few numbers here because I've had to tell clients those numbers are good. You've got good numbers. If I submit one of my clients 1,000 times, they might get 20 auditions out of that. Out of those 20 auditions, they might book one. So those are our numbers that we're working with. So there's a ton of rejection in this business. So my clients have to be really tough. And if they're not, I can tell if they're not going to be tough. And I can't work with you if you can't be tough, because there is so much rejection in this business. But I do tell my clients, what I need from you is to audition well. That is your job, is to audition well. Don't worry about the outcome. You let the outcome come, especially with the kids. I mean, I represent a lot of kids too, and I tell the parents, just tell them audition. Just audition. That's their job. So, and as far as, what was the other part of the question was?
It was just the no, receiving, like your attitude toward, receiving any type of rejection or no as far as talent.
Yeah, well, that's, like I said, that's what I tell my talent is it's just so much no in here, in this business, so.
All right. Thank you. Hope these aspiring actors and actresses are taking note on that. What about you, Sherelle?
We receive no's all the time, and everything that has been said is absolutely true. You absolutely have to have thick skin. You have to keep your why in front of you at all times. My why for the residual income part of my network marketing business is my grandson. Our business owner, Mr. Bradley, founded this company 9 years ago, and his pledge is that we get paid 8 times a month. So there are 8 paydays in a month for us. Those 8 paydays will go to my beneficiary when I pass. When I leave this side of the dirt, my beneficiary will receive those 8 paychecks. So I have to remember I'm building a legacy for him to change the trajectory of my life, his life, and his children's life, because that's going to continue. He's 3, so he's going to be paid when Gigi is long and gone. So I have to remember my why at all times. We have to have that thick skin. We have to posture up. You can't be timid in what it is that you do. You have to posture up and just move on to the next one. You will always, everyone's not going to say yes, we know that. But just keep in mind, everyone's also not going to say no. Everybody's not going to say no. So you just keep going until you get that yes.
Okay, thank you. I want to get paid 8 times a month. All right. I know you guys also want that as well. The opportunity is there. Sergio, how about you? You work hard, and you're getting a no about that meal plan that you know that's going to help them. This exercise plan is going to help them. And so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely get a lot of no's, but it's okay. It's totally fine. Like you said, you got to have that thick skin. You got to be able to mentally move past it. A lot of what I do is mental. Like 50%, maybe even 70% of you working out is mental. And yeah, I get all types of no's. From me telling them certain exercises and they're just flat out like, no, I'm not doing that. to also no on price points here and there. But what I like to remember is how many people are in this world, all right? You can even break it down to how many people are in Atlanta. You got millions of people here. I don't need 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I will say about no's is learn from your no's. So the people that do tell you no, understand why they tell you no. Whether it's just you're not a good fit, whether it's your price point, whether it's your personality, whether you come off aggressive or not. Learn from that and then go seek the ones that will say yes to you. So don't keep barking up the same no tree if you know you're going to get a no. There's more than enough people around for you to go out and find you some yeses. So yeah, I definitely face a lot of no's, but to me, I just keep a smile on my face, keep going, keep my head up, because I know there's more right after that,
Sounds like there's some self-reflection in any of these businesses when we receive a no, and some thoughts to what could I've stated, or even some thoughts of what did I say wrong, even if you didn't say anything wrong, or what could I have done better, or a better approach to actually gain a client. So I appreciate you guys actually sharing that. Again, here, I'm Stephen Cover, your host on today, and I'm just gaining a lot of knowledge, and I actually have just one more question for this awesome panelist, and after that question, I'll start with you, Sergio, and we'll take it all the way down to Corey. After that question, I want you guys to have the opportunity to ask a question of each other if you choose to do so. But my final question is, you hit on marketing and branding, okay? Now, everyone see each of you up here looking as wonderful as you are, dressed nicely. You are your market right now, but someone watching, someone like, how do they contact you? Do you spend time social media, whatever brand that you whatever approach that you use for marketing and branding. If you could just expound on that.
Ooh-wee. Okay. Marketing and branding is so important, and it's honestly something that I've come around to a little bit more probably this year. Just a general understanding of how important it is. Yes, there's marketing through social media, but you also got to get out there. You got to show your face. You got to represent who you are. Like you said, you got to build your brand. You guys see my logo up here? There's like 8 other logos, just so you know. There's trial and error with all of it. Trial and error with all of it. So it's like marketing, I market through social media. I put out realistic videos, so like real-time videos of like training and what it's actually like to train. But then I also do pay attention to trends. I pay attention to what everyone else likes, what's really catching people's eyes. So I do have to go out on a limb and do the flashier, fast-cutting, like edits and stuff like that. It's all into it. But my other thing I'm gonna say on marketing is that it takes a team, like especially for me. I'm very grateful and so grateful to God that I have a brother that helps me out a lot with this, because he does all my video editing and stuff like that. But I also have built relationships with physical therapists, other personal trainers that are willing to speak good on my name, speak in good faith on what I do and how I walk. And so that as well is another way to market. So yes, I do have Instagram. Yes, I do have YouTube. Yes, those things are out there. I put it out there for the masses. But if you're gonna market locally, you're gonna market where you're at, try to get your market within your community, you've gotta be willing to put your face out there and be willing to talk. So that's what I would say on marketing. There's a lot of other stuff into it. But,
Okay. Okay, thank you. Sherelle, marketing and branding with your industry.
All right. Well, the organization that I am a part of, being a business owner, is Planet Marketing. And IntelliTravel is our travel agency component. That's who we partner with to sell the travel agencies. And I actually have it a lot easier than Sergio. So this company actually has information already there. So as we bring in individuals, or I bring in business partners into this organization, IntelliTravel already has, as I was mentioning earlier, the travel partners, they have flyers, they have perks and promotions that they're constantly sending us that are already sized and fit for social media. All we have to do is plug it in. Planet Marketing, same thing on the marketing piece as far as looking for business owners, individuals that are looking for that residual income. We have the marketing materials already there. We have a CRM team behind the scenes that is doing all of this work for you. So it's really a turnkey business. Everything is there. You just open up your laptop or your phone. I work from my phone and just get started. Seriously, wherever you are. But again, it starts with being online. The social media platforms are extremely important, and if my success coach is watching me now, she would let you know that I'm not doing it as much as I need to be on social media, but the information is there, and it is actually a great platform. There has been proven success, as we all know, with marketing. I mean, Warren Buffett says if your business is not an e-commerce, you don't have an online business. You don't have a successful business. So social media is it, and I'm going to do better, so you'll see more of a presence.
All right, thank you. Marketing and branding with you, Linda.
Well, my actors are actually part of my brand, if you think about it. So they do the marketing for me, really. But that goes back to, I guess, me choosing the right talent. And I've joked with some people and say, yeah, I can spot an actor 50 yards away. I just know how to pick them, I guess. But yeah, in any kind of crowd, I can usually pick out the actors. So it's just picking or choosing to work with those actors that align with my brand, align with my philosophy, align with my beliefs, and just working together. Now, I do encourage my actors to get on social media and promote themselves on social media. So that indirectly promotes me as well. So social media is pretty important too.
All right, thank you. Kaya, marketing.
Marketing and branding. Follow me on Facebook at Kaya Doughton. It's Kaiya, and that's Dowtin. I am on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram. What's the other one? TikTok. I think you all have covered, honestly, pretty much anything that I would say in terms of marketing and branding. But I would say a tip would be choose your colors wisely in your marketing and branding. Make sure that it's consistent in terms of your colors. Even whatever you're using for your logo. Try to just build consistency in your brand. You don't see Chick-fil-A sign change. You don't see McDonald's sign change. They had the golden arches for, I don't know how many years now, 100 plus years. So, my philosophy and motto is that Doughton Realty & Co. will be the Chick-fil-A of real estate. And so that is my mission, that is my goal, that's my North Star. So that's what I would say if I could lend any advice to someone who's looking at trying to elevate their brand.
All right, thank you. Mr. Corey?
Contacts equal contracts. So I think a big part of marketing is making contacts and delivering on what you have to offer, giving them what you're doing and why you're doing it. And the more people you get in front of, is that not the essence of marketing? If I'm using these tools like social media, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, you can reach us on there, or you can call us directly at 470-982-9444, and you will have an answer, and we will absolutely schedule a complimentary inspection. But we do everything. We are full scope. We can do floors, windows. My company did a window replacement today over in Woodstock. We did a roof replacement yesterday, so if you got it, we can do it. And it's the word of mouth. It's telling everyone, not go running up to strangers on the street and saying, I do roofing. But you want to go and have a conversation. And a lot of times, like one of the things that I do, and a tip for business owners, one of the things that I do is I made a picture that has my contact information, my email, my phone number, my name, and then my company logo consistency. So when anyone ever asks me, hey, what's your phone number? Or I meet someone new, oh, I got you all my information, and I send them over that picture. I'm not directly telling them, hey, Steve, by the way, did you know that I do roofing? I'm sending you my contact information, and if you just so happen to see that I have a roofing company and you need a roof, hey, by all means, we're an expert in insurance claims and working with insurances. It's all a layer of marketing to where I'm not overtly beating people over the head with a marketing bludgeon, but I am telling people, this is me. I'm Corey Lord. If you like what I have to offer, then by all means, let's do business. And if you don't, that's okay as well. I might not be the right contractor for everybody, but contacts equal contracts. The more people sales is a contact sport. The more people I call, the more people I talk to, the more people I meet, I will find my people. I think it was like Sergio was talking about. You find your people, because there are a lot of people out there, and not everyone is for me. I know it's a surprise. I don't get along with everybody. But the people I do get along with, those are the ones who I want to say, hey, that's my corner, that's my team. I take care of them, they take care of me, and let's build something. Everyone has the opportunity. This is America. Everyone has the opportunity to build their own table. And getting a good team around you and getting a good clientele base and building it up, that is all the marketing and branding that you should aspire to.
Absolutely, thank you. That's really, really great information for current entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. I know that the information you guys have heard from this panelist has been incredibly valuable. It has to me personally, sharing your strategies, your approaches as it pertains to your operations throughout your business. And so we really appreciate you sharing this information, so to help all of us grow. It's a win-win situation. As we close out, I do want again to provide you guys the opportunity to be able to ask a question of each other. The mic is open. It's kind of relaxed here. Corey, if you have a question for Sherelle, if you have a question for Kaya, same thing. You guys feel free to just ask a question.
Absolutely. I've had a question burning in my mind since the sentence was said. Linda, how do you run 3 different locations and do that remotely? The moment that came out of your mouth, that's all I've been thinking about. How do you do it? That's a lot.
It is a lot, and I work all the time. Well, fortunately, I don't have to go to those locations. Now, my office in New York, and most of my work is over a computer, because all of the projects are put on a website that I go into that website, and that's how I submit my clients for the different projects, film, TV, whatever it is. But I do have an agent that I'm training in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So she is helping me right now because it's funny, she called me today with 2 or 3 different questions. And so, yeah, I mean, it is tough, especially when I'm trying to put real estate on the side too. So, but I'm a workaholic, so I guess that's how I get it done.
I'm thinking about your industry as well, and not only is this information gaining from everyone, but it's also networking as well. So I don't know who your locations manager is, but this church is available for any movie that needs to be filmed.
There is
and so
a website, the Film Commission for Georgia Film Commission. There is a place on their website where you can list your home, your business, whatever, if you want them to use it as a film location.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Anyone else?
I have a question, and it's for you as well. You said something that kind of was a little shocking to me, and I would love to know how you do this. You said that in a crowd, you can pick out who the actor is. What is it that stands out with an actor than just us non-acting people, us non-thespians, that you can recognize them immediately?
I think it's just from watching auditions for the last 10 years. I don't know. It's just there's that something that's there that's not in any that I don't see in other people. So, and that's a lot of times that's how I choose which actors I work with too, is that person that seems to have that it factor. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's just from watching audition tapes. I meant to mention this earlier too, that a project will come out like a film, a Marvel film, whatever. Don't say I said Marvel, okay? Because I have to sign an NDA. When my clients audition for a Marvel film, I have to sign an NDA too. So I have a client, or I have a project that comes out. There are 10 to 15 roles. 10 to 15 roles. In each one of those roles, when it gets to the casting director, from all of the agencies in Atlanta, they will get, for each role, they will get at least 5,000 submissions for one role, per role. 5,000. Out of that 5,000, they will choose their 30 to 50 that they will audition. So these are the numbers I'm working with too. Out of those 30 to 50, they will choose their 5 to 10 to go to the producer, the director, to the network to get approval. Out of those 10, 1 gets the role. 1 out of 5,000. So that's, so you think your numbers are bad.
I'm not feeling so bad about mine now.
Do we have any questions from the audience?
Yes. So you're asking if we use photos on our contact information? So I'm going to tell you, yes. Yes, I should. Yeah. Once again, I'm in the process of, I'm a little not as far along as them, so I'm still really building my brand along the way. But yes, use photos. Use photos of yourself. Like, I have to go and get headshots. I have to go and take poses of pictures and things like that. And I use it all over through my social media. When I meet people, like, one of the ways I kind of introduce them to myself is I show them my Instagram, because it shows who I am. It shows what I do. It shows the results that you are looking for. So, yes, use your photos. Put your face out there as much as you can.
Unfortunately, I do not. We have staple business cards throughout our organization that do not include a photo, but I do think it's a great idea.
I love this question because absolutely. So a lot of the contacts that I get are cold contacts. So they are people who I've got through lead services or from referrals from friends of friends that I've never actually met them. So when I always send that picture that I was talking about earlier, it has my face on it. It's the picture that's used up here on the flyer. It looks clean, it looks good. It's in black and white. So that way it looks even better. So it's not too flashy. It kind of tones down the colors a little bit. And I use my brand colors as the other ones. It has a bar that has my name in white with a black bar, so it gives that contrast. Exactly. So that way, whenever I send that to them, I use it as not only so you see my face, but also as a conversation tool. Mr. Homeowner, I'll be out at your house at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I want to go ahead and shoot you over this picture. That way you know my face and what I look like, so no one else that is coming to your house. So it opens the door for further conversation. So now, whereas it's, oh, my name's Corey Lord, I'll be out there tomorrow. Now it's a whole conversation of, oh, you're looking for me. I'll be in a red and silver pickup truck. Here's my face. I know, don't hold it against me, but I'll be out there. It just opens that door to give me more talking time, because a lot of it is about relationship. And I can use that tool of my picture and my face to talk to them about, just joke around, to do anything, to just get more talk time. There's a statistic that says if you make someone laugh within the first 5 seconds that you meet or talk to them, they will be 90% more likely to do business with you. So if I can make a joke or say, hey, don't let anyone in your house, this is what I look like. If someone else comes to your door saying they're going to fix your roof, I'm going to tell you right now, don't do it. It's not me. And so you can use it strategically. And again, it's another piece to where absolutely, I believe you should always put your face on as much stuff as possible, not too extra, but as much stuff as possible, but do it not haphazardly, but do it intentionally. And know on the practical and the applicable side of it that, hey, I'm doing this for a reason. And know your reason why, and that leads me up to my sales. Open the door to get in, have the conversation, build rapport, and then earn the business.
Does Corey have what it takes to be an actor? I don't know.
I had a question for Kaya, if y'all don't mind. Kaya, yep, if you don't mind. So I know you're into real estate, and I know you sell homes, but do you also branch out into rental properties? And if so, which one is a little easier to manage, or which one would you prefer? Is it a cost-effective thing there? How does that work for you?
Let me just share this. So our slogan is luxury at every level. So we provide a luxury experience regardless of your price point. So I'll say that. We do work with clients that are entering into real estate, meaning maybe it's your first apartment or you're looking to do a rental because you're not quite ready to buy yet. But we do try to put you on a path to home ownership. So we do help with rentals, and I would say primarily focused on residential. I will say that the work effort for helping someone search for an apartment or renting a home, it's really the same amount of work effort that you're really helping someone to purchase a home or find a home, minus going through the rest of the process of, inspection and all of that. But you still do a walkthrough in your apartment, you still do, you're still talking back and forth with the landlord or the other listing agent. So in terms of cost, it's not necessarily as lucrative as if you're working with someone on the residential side that's looking to purchase or sell. But a lot of renters turn into buyers. So I think that you have to be able to meet people where they are. So.
Well, we appreciate, is there another question? In the audience, any other questions? Audience? All right. Well, we appreciate all the information that our experienced featured professionals have shared with us on today. I want to personally thank you, Sergio, Sherelle, Linda, Kaya, and Corey for sharing your expertise and the information pertaining to entrepreneurship. And I hope that it has helped someone. It surely helped me. And I hope we are looking forward to more of these fundamental faith business conferences. Thank you, our coordinator, Mr. Corey Lord, and his team. And so we appreciate the staff here at Great Faith Cathedral Church of God in Christ for allowing us to actually hold this here. Our media team in the back, we appreciate all of them and the audience for joining us and everyone online. And Corey, do you have any final words?
Yes, before we roll out of here, we are putting another event together for January, and it's going to be called Upscaling the Vision. So we have more events to come to be focused on upscaling your business, and for that one I want to feature speakers that have multiple businesses that have scaled them, so that way we can get some value on that. Yes, it's one thing to run one business, but it's a whole nother beast to run multiple businesses. So we definitely want to get an event out every quarter, and we want to make this something that really helps people. And talking about faith is encouraged. It is not required. So I wanted to get minds from different industries, from different backgrounds, to come together to have a real honest, open conversation about business that will help somebody. So, and I think we achieved that tonight. So I appreciate my panelists. Thank you so much, y'all. You did a great job. And I'm looking forward for more to come.
Well, thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful night, and happy business building to all of you. Thank you so much.
Everybody clap your hands. In this dry and empty land, we need more than just your hand. We need your voice, your word. So speak.